Hi, in today's session, day 6, this is the day we were created. In it, before we were created, though, if you go and you read Genesis, you'll see that God created all the living things that creepeth upon the earth. You know, in the 5th day, it was the fish of the ocean, the fowl of the air, now it's the beasts on the ground. In addition to that, God created man, and this is really where there's a lot of interesting dialogue, in the sense that what's written in the Bible is that God said, let us make man in our image. Now, of course, man being who he is, we think God is a guy, long white beard, flowing robes, sitting on a giant throne, overlooking everything. Well, no, that's really not a very mature, grown-up understanding of what God is. That's man fashioning a God after himself. The image of God that we are created in is our soul, our spirit. That is the true image of God. Because as life unfolds, and to think that we're the only living creatures in a 14 billion light year universe is also very infantile. So there are going to be other life forms out there. We're seeing UFOs every day. Well, maybe not every day, but there are recordings. Go on YouTube, you're here, go and look, and you'll see that there are sightings of UFOs. At some point, they're going to land, and something is going to come out. Now, if we don't kill it immediately, and maybe we create dialogue, who knows? I wrote about this a long time ago, and I said, what if the creature comes out, it's got 2 heads, 4 arms, 6 legs, and says, it is created in the image of God. We're going to be, shocked, disbelief, kill it. Bottom line is, it is our essence that is the image of God, our energy. This is why Jesus taught the kingdom of God is within us as well as around us, because it is an energy. In fact, in the Gospel according to Thomas, my favorite piece of work, Jesus said, if they tell you that the kingdom of God is in the heaven, the birds will precede you. If they tell you it's in the ocean, the fish will precede you. The kingdom of God is within you and all around you. God is a creative continuum. Our Father, our Mother, all rolled up into one, a force of energy that is beyond our comprehension. So there is always that. At any rate, on the 6th day, that's why 6, from a symbolic point of view, is the number of man, which takes us to the mark of the beast, 666. Now, 3, remember, I talked about that on the 3rd day, represents understanding. So 3 6s would indicate a lack of understanding of man, of self. 3 6s are 18. 8 and 1 is a 9. 9 is symbolic of cleansing. You have 2 ears, 2 eyes, 2 nostrils. So you got 2, 4, 6, 7, and then you have a urethra and an anus, 8 and 9. And the reason is you need to bring in fresh material every single day, not only food and liquids for sustenance, but thoughts to grow yourself, to grow your mind, to grow your awareness. And you have to eliminate that which is useless. That's why if you end up with kidney disease, you could die because you're not getting all the toxins out of your system. If you're constipated, you're holding on to the past. That too will kill you. So, new and fresh, life-promoting, life-giving, coming in, and that which is no longer beneficial, no longer useful, like concepts, ideas, those should be eliminated on a daily basis. Anyway, that was day 6, and also was the creation of Adam and Eve. So Eve is created from the rib of Adam. Now your ribs are protective of your internal organs. So based on the symbology of that, you could say that Eve, females, are protective of the whole, of your sustenance. So what is it that protects you? On one level, it's your intuition. It's sensing when there's danger, going back to the five senses, but taking it even a little bit further and reading energy and vibrations. So your intuition is protective. The female aspect of yourself is what protects you. And for women, it is the male aspect of self that helps them to express as they should. Women are whole but not complete. Men are complete but not whole. This is why it's taught both in Genesis and later as we get into where it says where a man will cleave unto his wife and they shall become as one flesh, and again in the New Testament where it's repeated. We have to become as one in balance and harmony in order to move forward. So there you have it. Adam and Eve also, let me go there, also represent our entry into the material plane. Eve eating of the apple and that whole story is not sin as man teaches it to make you feel guilty about being here. It is, however, an indulgence on our part. The snake represents the expression of manhood. When we came here, we learned that through our abilities, our mind, we could manipulate the lines of power and manifest whatever we wanted. Of course, we've lost the awareness of that, but we still practice that. This is shown in the teaching, ask and you shall receive. You are co-creating your reality based on your subconscious expectations of not only who you think you should be, but how you think life should be. So you still have that gift, even though it is so deeply buried within you that it's essential that you go within, the kingdom of God is within, that you go within, you find it, and you begin to manifest it. So, male and female, it also says there, male and female created he them, equal. Not as man would teach that man is superior and woman is inferior and that woman should be subservient to the male. That's just men talking. That's nonsense. It's not what God taught. It's not what Jesus taught. So really do what Jesus said. Do my sayings. Continue in my word. Stop listening to the teachings of man and really just focus on the teachings of Jesus. You will discover they are universal teachings that are suitable for everybody. It doesn't matter your faith, your religion, your belief system. None of that matters because the laws, the universal teachings are based on the immutable laws of God. They're never changing. They're applicable to each and every one of us, regardless of where we're coming from, regardless of what we believe. Because what we believe are the teachings of man. And all you got to do is look around and you can see the turmoil and strife and the unhappiness and the sickness and the destruction that man teaches and ends up promoting. Anyway, that was the 6th day. And of course the 7th day, the end of creation, is a day of rest. That's why the number 7 represents a cycle, a pause and an action. Take the pause to contemplate, ponder, challenge, question everything that I've presented over the last 7 days of creation. And begin to develop eyes to see, ears to hear, so you too can be able to see the Bible for what it truly is, a handbook for spiritual development. It starts off well, we just got into how it starts off. But it also, it's where God says to Adam, name the beasts of the field so you have dominion over them. What are the beasts of the field? Doubt, fear, lust, greed, envy, pride. All man-made teachings. Learn them, control them, so that they serve you and that you are not a servant to them. Remember, you have dominion over everything. Exercise it. Thanks for stopping by. If you have any questions, you can always reach me here. And also at the site are a full interpretation of the book of Genesis. I've also done Exodus as well as Leviticus. So if you have any questions, you'll find the answers there as well as reaching out to me. Until then, take care, be well, and God bless. Thanks for stopping by.